This is a walk around of the CAS FatBoy. This is our FB22, which is a 22-yard truck. We also make an FB24 and an FB27, 24 yards and 27. This is our standard 6-foot height on our FatBoy. We do have a 7-foot height, which on an FB27 turns that into a 40-yard box. Our boxes do come with different options. This box has our stainless steel option, polished stainless side panels, insulated with a Hardox steel body. We do also offer a matte aluminum finish on the outer skins, still insulated. This particular unit is mounted on a Kenworth T880. We do mount all of our chassis mounted slingers on a chassis of choice based on our customers' specifications. This particular truck is outfitted with 3 pusher axles. Depending on where the truck's going, we will work with our customers to ensure proper weight distribution and setup for wherever the destination of the truck is headed. You'll see up here on the front of our truck, on our FatBoy, our hydraulic tank is located up in between the box and the chassis. As we move down the FatBoy, you'll see we only have 5 hard lines, hydraulic lines going down the side of our truck. Nice and clean, low maintenance. We've got our toolbox mounted here in the fender. Depending on what your axle configuration is, when you have more pusher axles, it's got to be mounted up in the fender. On a configuration that maybe only has 1 pusher, we can actually mount the toolbox on the frame rail. Moving down the truck, we've got our tarp configuration up here on our FB22s. We typically run a swing arm tarp. It is mesh. You can get a semi-permeable waterproof tarp as well. On our FB24s and FB27s, we will run a cable tarp as an option as well. As we move back towards the rear of the truck, this particular unit is equipped with a remote ground drive system. This is our drag brake for the ground drive system, so that when you're loaded on a hill, you can apply the proper amount of brake pressure for smooth operation. We've got our control box for our chassis drive system and our ladder access if you need to look inside the tub for some reason. We've got our valve bank back here, which is protected and labeled, so you can see the function of each of those valves. We do have an option back here of a air hose and reel, so you can blow off the back of your Slinger truck after use. The FatBoy is the only Slinger on the market with a 0-degree feed floor. One of the things that's made this possible on our FatBoy is our 3-way pivot on our placing conveyor. Typical Slinger trucks sit at a 30-degree angle so that your placing conveyor can move directly underneath your feed floor. With our 3-way pivot, not only does our pivot move side to side, it also moves up and down, allowing the pivot to come underneath the feed floor. That 0-degree operation on the feed floor, also one of the things tremendously helpful in eliminating bridging, not to mention the driving experience of the truck, and the even weight distribution is fantastic. Now we're gonna talk about the true dual purpose nature of the FatBoy. Not only is the FatBoy a fantastic Slinger, it's also a true live bottom dump truck. You'll see our tailgate is hinged all the way up at the top of the box to be able to unload 22 yards of material in under 1 minute. We've got a 32-inch wide, heavy-duty abrasion and impact resistant floor, virtually eliminates all bridging. Now let's talk about the slinging function of the FatBoy. You'll see on our tailgate, we've got a knife gate for metering the material as it's coming out of your feed floor, drops right into our hopper funnel for nice clean operation when you're on the job site. Moving over to our placing conveyor, we've got our hopper, feeds right into our settling tube and right into our super shield. All of our equipment comes standard with a hydraulically driven super shield on it. This particular machine is set up with our performance package. We've got 2 super shields. The advantage to that is that long distance, the pattern and tightness of your material is much more accurate. This second super shield is actually friction super shield. You'll see that both of the super shields are on float mounts, So as different sizes of material come down your placing conveyor, you get nice, smooth operation. One of the things that sets the FatBoy apart from other slingers is the width of our placing conveyor. This machine has a 16-inch wide placing conveyor on it. It can move up to 4 yards of material a minute at up to 130 feet. Coming down here, you'll notice that we've got our heavy-duty CAS placing conveyor belt on it, and then our quick attachment option for deflector shields, funnel attachments for many different landscape applications or trenching work. The CAS FatBoy is completely remote controlled. Even when our ground drive system is installed on the FatBoy, it is also operated via the remote control. So you can sling and drive all remotely. We've got forward and reverse functions on our drive system for great maneuverability on the job site. We also have a creep drive function on the remote control for any type of linear work so that the truck actually drives itself.